Good hello and welcome to the first stream in quite some time. It's good to be back. Going to be animating all this, what you can see. You remember this little bear build I did ages ago? This is a really silly idea. It's a fairly spontaneous one, but it's going to be quite a lot of fun. I will reveal it in a moment when I do a little bit of, swapping the links around and making sure that everything is happening. Anyway. Where is the link to the channel so I can quickly go grab it and throw it onto Twitter and things? It won't be a moment. Sit tight. Say hello to each other. How have you been? Tell me of your artistic adventures. That's always good fun. Okay. Is up. Rather unusual. Oh, mysterious. Okay. Tweet that. Now then, let us begin. So, what I'm doing now, you probably may have noticed already that these bears are upside down. A couple of months ago, I reanimated the We Bare Bears walk, and then had a really fun idea on the way this thing is constructed. It's extremely modular, so I can sort of take the parts off and reconstruct them in all sorts of different ways. So I'm going to make the weirdest silly walks that I can. First of which, I'm just turning them all upside down. That's nice and easy. And I'm just going to do as many as I can in an hour or two, and hopefully get progressively more and more whacktacular as they go on. Hello, Greg. You're always very fast to get here. Who else we got? Pippi Pappy, Oscar Whittle, Mixre. Plushy farts. Wow, I finally caught a live stream. Just had to wake up at 4 in the morning? Wait, what? Did you get a notification to wake you up that this was happening, or was it just good timing? But I do get that a lot when people are saying, oh, finally made a live stream. It probably isn't finally. I just don't do them often enough. Hey, Mundy. What's going on? Okay, so there we go. First one pretty much done. I'm just going to rearrange this sucker to be kind of lined up a bit better. Maybe down a bit lower. And Panda's feet are a little bit misaligned on this version, so quickly grab his feet. And can't really change that, can I? Because it's like baked in. That's okay. I can embrace its crudeness. Ah! Whoops. Get you back in place. Alright. First one done. That was easy. Suggestions. Yes, this is Harmony 14. I'm using this too. Good software for animation. Yes, it is. Answer other questions. Yes, this is Harmony. Yes, this is a Cintiq. Did I buy it or rent it? I use the rented version because then you get all the updates when they come out. And, seeing as I do tutorials and stuff on this channel, it makes sense that I would need to be, with the up-to-date one. I'm getting poor streaming health. What's the latest? Hopefully this is watchable. I hate having to put these streams on and then have to cut them short just because they're not working correctly. Anyway. Edit symbol. This one is back to normal. Okay, so this one is going to be similar to the other, but I'm going to rotate the whole characters to be standing up on end. So get Like this. Might have to make copies of the feet, like so, because they are baked in, which was unexpected. So I'll repin these, and on each one get basically divided up into 4 feet layers. Yeah. So if here's 2 front ones, 2 back ones. Wow. Might be time for a new machine soon. I should call it for it. Okay. Front and back. And then over here for 1 and... Ugh. It's terrible. Will I do the same for Rick and Morty? Maybe. There's lots to explore with those ones. But I only made that really like gross one. It would be better to build an actual default character, like how a regular is. That would be interesting. Yeah. Buy Animate or rent Harmony. Can you still get hold of Toon Boom Animate? That would be good if you can. But you know, you can't really update it anymore, but you probably don't need to. Should I learn to cartoon or to animate first? Are they the same thing? It doesn't really matter. They're kind of different mediums. It's good to learn to draw first, but learning the fundamentals of movement it's like a separate thing that you can learn differently. And when you're learning movement, you don't want to spend too much time on the drawing. Just doing it with stick figures is fine. Okay, now that that is separate, I'm gonna put that leg there, right? This leg here. That one back here. And this one here. The ear also needs to be put back in place. I feel so slow all the time. Because the bloody software is so slow on this machine. Kills enthusiasm a lot of the time, having to wait seconds, like many seconds between doing stuff. What am I doing with Grizz's body? Oh, you'll see. It's going to get more and more interesting as time goes on. Alright. That might do for that one. And then I'll make a duplicate of it. And make the second one even more bizarre. Rename. Did you see that? Like, I selected rename, and it's like, oh, how about you wait 5 seconds before you can rename the thing? Okay. What was I doing? Silly Walk 2. Silly Walk 2. And so this starts off how this one was. Oh, no. The keyframes are messed up. Bummer. That's okay. That's an easy fix. Just pull them back. There we go. And this is going to be the same thing, but I'm going to push it all the more further. I should probably start at the bottom with Ice Bear and work my way up. So get the pivot, rotate him. This one might take a little while because I've got to manipulate the artwork probably more than I will others. Okay, so for context, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm trying to make as many different just silly walks out of it as I can, just by moving these modular parts around. So one example would be rather than the legs walking in place, they'll simply be rotating all around the body of the character, like a wheel. So with that in mind, taking suggestions from the audience, right? If you have fun ideas on how I could make these parts move in hilarious ways, throw them at me. Hopefully I'll have the time and the ability to implement a couple. Put you here. And get... yes, of course. I think I should go to drawing layers and... Oh man, okay. Delete front foot from here. Delete the front foot from here. And then on Ice Bear's body, right, just go straight in with the pencil and just draw new legs in nice and flat. Hopefully the settings are correct. It looks like they are. That's good. Oh, come on! Stop being a slow pants. Alright, there we go. Stroke mode on. Yeah. There we go. And fill that with a bit of an icy bluey. Well, the same shade as the rest of it, right? Yeah, there we go. Now, I was thinking of redrawing the artwork so like the head tilts forwards, but I think I might actually leave it just facing straight up, like this. I'd want to do it with Panda as well, but it was taking a little while, and if I did it too much, they'd just disappear off the top of the page. So I think I might just do this, like that. Get the back foot and lower its layer down at the bottom, and now we will get a nice slot-in effect. Uh-oh. Slow program, slow. There we go. But. And because it's modular, right? It's just gonna animate. Now of course I've got tidy up to do because these bloody feet. I only deleted one frame because I'm a dunce. So I've gotta. Yeah. Wait, what's going on over here? Makes it lag a bit, to be honest, but hey, it works. Wait, what? Is there a way to freeze the trial on PC at least? I don't know. If there was, it probably wouldn't be the right thing of me to advertise such a thing. I never knew I needed to see Grizz stand on Ice Bear's face until just now. Oh, we are just getting started, my friend. Yeah. I should do a little bit of overall maintenance so I don't have to do this on every single iteration. Separating the legs. So I'll do that after this. Make the sequence all the more modular. Get everything laid correctly. There we go. The next one I want to do is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So this is just between you and me for now. But what this video is going to be is, you know how in the opening title sequence the background is constantly changing and they end up in different scenarios and whatever? So every time the setting changes, so does the walk style. So I'm going to need however many there is of that, which is probably a lot. But, well, just keep doing it. It is fun. Alright, that should be working now. Okay. Need to go into the main bear stack symbol, which should be operating as normal. I need to perform a bit of maintenance here to make my life a little bit easier moving forward on this project. So that is going to entail the body and the ears being grouped together. So as they get bent around, I don't have to keep repositioning the ear separately, because that was already becoming a bit of a pain. And we are going to need to separate every set of feet into front and back. So that means duplicating. Oh, hang on, I can do that in one step. Grab you, and you. Duplicate all of this. Bam. Do you like that? And link them up to each peg so that they will continue to be moved accordingly. Oh, these ones don't have one. Oh, now they get one. Lucky you. Pegs for everyone! Bing. Okay. Wait, documents. Who invited you? So I won't be man. That sounds like it would look hilarious. Oh, let's hope. Make them roll, but still in a pile. Oh, yes, I did think of that. That'd be hilarious. So it's just kind of... Wait, I was going to gesture with my hands, but I don't have a camera. Do I live in Perth or over in the east? I am east-south-ish, Melbourne. Melbourne's the area. Plushy Fuzz, do you know how to animate farts? I would also like to know. The universe in its entirety would be more satisfied with the solution to, or the answer to such a query. What am I saying? Thing. Okay. So that's all connected to the pegs, but now each of the legs need to be pinned in with their neighbor, so the layering doesn't get busted. Now it does look like a bit of a mess as it goes down into the composite, but it's kind of important that I don't group them by character, because separate elements of this are constantly overlapping and weaving in and out of the characters around them. So I kind of got to leave it like this and just, be sensible. From here, I need to do what I did before with Ice Bear by deleting each of the individual layers. So working from back to top, I guess left to right, so I can remember that that's the one on the right. So I'll go through and delete all of the rear legs here. A little tedious, but not too time consuming to go through and do this. For the original walk, it was quite convenient to have them together, but I probably should have thought ahead. Now I go through on the same thing, deleting it from the front. I'm using drawing view here rather than camera view, so I can work in confidence knowing that I'm not accidentally interacting with a layer that I don't want to be. It isolates just the layer you have selected. If I was on camera view doing this, I run the risk of accidentally selecting other layers and deleting the front foot across the entire hierarchy. That would be quite dangerous. It's difficult to get that back if you end up running out of undos or something like that. Okay, same thing here. because it's the front and the rear feet. So let's go through and do all of this. What's going on over here? Oh, one of them standing on top, the others are acting as legs, but using their noses. Wait, what? What do you mean? One of them standing on top, the others are acting as legs, but use... Oh! Yeah, that could probably work. Maybe. I think I know what you mean. We'll see how we go, yeah? I actually never animated a fight. Now my existence feels like a lie. Get on it, man. Like, if you can figure that out, then you got, like, smoke and, like, elemental stuff down. It's really hard. Has an existential crisis because of farts at 4 in the morning. It should look a bit sideways, like a sideways tree. Better to draw more pictures than to draw too few. That is true. I spent a few months working on a short that involved a massive, constant green fart. I've seen that, right? Surely. I might need to be reminded. Sorry, I'm a terrible friend. Oop. Okay, that is the main bit of work done, because all the others don't walk. So they're a single image. Saves a lot of time. And you may also notice that I'm actually using symbols here. Typically symbols are only a flash thing. When migrating into a Toon Boom environment, it's often encouraged to switch to using the peg system, because symbols are literally everything in Flash. So you always use symbols. They're used for grouping, for syncing, like they have so many different uses. But here is quite different. But the main thing it does keep in common is it groups time together. All the layers of the timeline become one unit. So this allows me to save and reuse whole blocks of animation again and again and again. So for a system like this, where I'm taking the same base walk and just editing it a little bit for each thing, using symbols is going to be great, because I can have this core one, make tons of duplicates, change each one to however I want, and then when it comes to assembling the final piece of having all the different walks, I can just drag them straight out of the library and choose the frames that I want, and assemble it together like a jigsaw puzzle. Pretty cool! Okay, that should now be ready to go. It's a little messy, but I can read it, and that's all that matters. Ha ha ha! Alright, copy paste. Alright, no name 3. You get renamed to... Oops. Oops. Rename. Walk. 03. Wheel legs. Yeah. Okay. Hang on, I just quickly need to do something on the laptop. I won't be a moment. The internet is so selfish. As soon as I'm doing something like this, the other computers just don't want to connect at all. Like, at all. It's nuts. Okay, so while that works on not being a poop. Plushie, I searched your name and nothing came up. What is your channel name? In 1836, a man died from doing a massive fart. Is that true? Is that so? What? One of the walks could be them tap dancing in a line 1940 style. Do you have any idea how long that's going to take? How much time do you think I have to spend on a joke like this? The whole point is that I'm using the modules and pieces that I've already built. So for this one, right, I'd be grabbing the legs like this front one here. I'm trying to get it down to just that. So I might actually recycle parts by taking Panda's legs. Hopefully this will save me time. We'll see. I'll take Panda's legs, make a duplicate of them. Ah, come on. Stop misbehaving. There are people watching. I'll be judged. You don't want me to look bad, do you, computer? Oh, of course you do. You live for it. How about a little twerk? That is... I think I could do it. Because I could put a curved deformer down through their body and just have it kind of, you know, twitch. That could be pretty funny. Let's add it to the maybe pile. Alright, so I've got a copy of Panda's legs going in, and notice how the peg orientation has put them down where Panda's body is. So that's pretty convenient. I can now delete the Ice Bear legs. So I'm left with some nice static ones. I've still got to readjust their color, that's fine. But it does open us up with being able to now animate these guys. Just you wait till I see what I have in mind. I'm going to give myself a little space here. Take all the parts that are going to be animated. Just put them over to the side so there's plenty of room to work with. Spread everything out a tad. I'm going to give each one its own peg. So I can animate on those without interfering with the drawing layer. Also future-proofs the thing. If I stuff it up really badly, like beyond repair, I can just delete the peg and it just snaps back to how it was. So I'm a big advocate for doing that. Now I've got to set up some pivot points, position the legs into their starting pose. So I'll pop this one here. Or actually, I've got a better idea again, because these back legs, they're kind of like strangely shaped because it's got that like that thigh piece. So I think it might be a good idea to not have the thigh versions and instead get myself... Oh man, this program runs so slowly sometimes. This computer's getting old. Alright, so if I turn everything off, it might butter it up a little. Alright, get these, make another duplicate of them. Put it next to each other. Because they're a bit more cone shapes, they're a bit more basic, which is nice. Line these guys up. I'm going to turn animation mode off for just a tad. This lets me move things, their positions permanently. So all the animation associated with it is now going to happen in this new spot, which is what I want. But I need to be very careful to turn animation mode back on again so I don't stuff myself up when it comes to moving these guys. On the pegs above, this is where most of the animation is going to happen. So I'm going to quickly set up their pivot points to be just above their little knees. Just like that. And now to position them in a starting pose. So I need to rotate this out I will probably place it about here. Put you here. Actually, no. I should put you up here. Meanwhile, these ones, oops, will fill in the gaps like this. Piece of cake. Now comes the tricky bit. Making it rotate around the body. I could probably make my life a little bit easier than what I've just done by animating this once and then copying it 3 times, displacing the timing. So let's just start with the first one. Get its initial keyframe. Yeah, I'll start at frame 10. Put in another keyframe, frame 40. Move its position to the exact opposite. And this is going to be a great opportunity for using coordinate paths. So with that up there, if I press this orange button here, see how it kind of gets this orange line? So I'm going to manipulate just ever-loving crap out of this thing to make it trace around Ice Bear's body. Just keep testing it. Okay, so already I'm learning it should probably be slightly on the inside rather than tracing along the outside. So kind of like here, here, just however many I need to try and get it fairly smooth. Something I'm going to have to do manually though is the rotation. That's bound to get pretty janky. Especially as it rotates around the face. Alright, let's see how that looks. I'll turn off the others. They're a little distracting at the moment. Oh boy, you see that? I was just trying to box select, it took so long. Okay. Whoa! Okay, so we've got a bit of a problem here. So did you notice that it rotated up and then turned back around the way it came? That's a problem. So I need to turn that full 360 so that the computer knows to keep rotating and not stop. There we go. Now I just got to give it a few hints. So opening up its parameters, I can access each coordinate individually. So its path only has 2 keyframes, but its rotation is going to have like a ton. But as long as I stick to just using the rotation tool, it shouldn't interfere with the others. On the most part, this is pretty good. I think here it should be facing directly up, of course. It's a little too ambitious in places. There we go. Alright, let's see how that looks. Probably still be up like that there. Comes down to the side. Back around, maybe tilt down by that point. Okay, there we go. That's pretty funny. So if I get 4 of those, hopefully it's timing. It's a bit quick, isn't it? I should have gotten the timing right before doing the rotation stuff. That's going to stuff me up a little bit. There isn't really a way to like free transform space, like time rather, which is a huge setback, I think, for the program as a whole. I'd love to be able to just select this and then just stretch it out and all the keyframes will adjust. But alas, it doesn't work. So the best way, unfortunately, to double the amount of time is to go extend exposure by 1, back 1 frame, and just do it over and over again. So those keyboard shortcuts for me is R and A. So I just go all the way down like that. Try and keep the rhythm. Don't let your fingers get tired. But then it works. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So, before I move on, I'll quickly change its color to an ice bear color. Just like I did in the other one, not too tricky. I'll just grab myself a little paint bucket, slap it in there like that, and get the totally get the stroke tool. And with the stroke tool, I just kind of scratch this in like this, and it's going to look fully sick. And there we go. It took like 2 seconds. No worries, eh? Okay. I need to copy this 3 times. I don't want to delete the originals yet because their layering is important. I'm gonna have to reference them before I delete them. So there. So I know that this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. Okay, now I can delete these. So I'll have 4 of a thing. Actually, if I select just the pegs on their own, and then down in the bottom left I can change down to selection only mode and see only the parameters I have selected, which is great. All I've got to do is nudge stuff forwards enough so that we can see the that kind of star pattern. I just remembered a picture of a polar bear and a grizzly bear doing a Dragon Ball fusion and they turned into a panda. I didn't know why that crossed my mind, but it is funny. Well, that's kind of what you're looking at, is ice bear, panda, black bear. But I have seen that design, it's really funny. They all float without legs, or they just kind of have like a hover going. This stream is very demanding on my computer for some reason. It's probably more demanding on my computer than yours. My internet's so bad, the quality is just kind of compressed. I'm assuming everyone's watching this in like 180 or 240p. Unfortunately, it's not going to get much clearer than that. Could I keyframe a bend in the leg so he looks like he's swimming? What do you mean? I could probably make a flutter of some kind. That might work. Alright, before doing anything, I'm going to make a couple of loops of this sequence so we'll be able to see it in context. But one important thing is this frame here, when it loops, it's going to do that, which is a problem. So the easiest solution is to get the second last frame, put a key in, and then overlap it with the original. So that just has just enough progression that it keeps the pacing, but it actually resets the animation. I'll quickly do the same thing for the second loop. There we go. So now all 4 of them are in sync, rotating all the way around around Ice Bear like so. But if we nudge it forwards, we should start to see this. And it's just going to be a bit of experimenting to get the pacing right. Just how far apart should each one be in order to get that like star formation? Hey, I think I might have gotten it first time pretty much. It's pretty close. What's that? Okay, I think I'll just put the face on top of the legs. So to do that, let's make a quick duplicate of the body layer, plug it into the same peg, layer it above this leg, which it currently isn't. There we go. But on its artwork, delete everything except for the face. And that should give us a nice, easy layering. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bah. There we go. Okay. That works. Okay, and you know what's going to be really fun is because of all the other modules that were just made invisible, all we have to do now is turn these back on, and it's going to reincorporate even like the bob up and down and everything. Just like this. Oh, that's hilarious. Not so confident in my own work. Yeah. Is the bob too fast though? It kind of is. Should I slow it down or should I leave it as is? Kind of adds to it in a way. Because the bob up and down is currently happening on every single frame. It will be a bit of work to rejig it. And I think it's probably important I keep the pacing the same. What do you guys think? Does that bob look okay? Hang on, I'll make it full screen for the horrible resolution you're watching it in. Leave the bob the same or rejig it to fit more with the legs as they rotate? What do you reckon? Beautiful butterfly wings. I think you're missing the point on it's using the pieces that I have and manipulating them in different ways. Alright, I'm going to leave that one just for now. Get my stack again. Oops, no, I don't need to edit it again. Copy, paste, rename. This one, I'm going to do that earlier suggestion where they're all still and just kind of going pff, 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 and rotating around. So this is 04 stack roll. Just got to do something. Can I put a deformer in the whole stack of bears? Yes. Yes, I can. But how do you suppose I go about using it? What do I do with the stack of things with it? Yes, I do use the Cintiq. This is a 22 HD. What year is it from? I think it's like the 2012, 2013 model. Like bend back and forward, make them wobble. Yeah, why not? That'll be fun. Let's do that now. Give it a crack. First I need to go into, what are we up to? Stack roll. So I'll leave that for now and make a fifth one. Rename it 05 to form. And inside of him, Okay, so how this will work, I think, is we need to grab that. Okay, so that has selected everything, and hopefully all we got to do is just go but, and we're done. And it works. So, like, it's kind of broken and silly, but I guess that's sort of the point, huh? So... Okay, where's the bones? Okay, so... If I just grab that, and then on this frame, just bend it backwards, like this. See how far we can get away with just pulling it all the way backwards before it just is a bit much. Okay, that's fine. And then here, do the same thing back this way. It's getting a bit too pinched there, isn't it? We're going to need the normal one in the middle. Help encourage it to pass back. Yeah, this is kind of a problem with deformers sometimes, is that it's going to tween in a linear fashion. And you can't really give it control points like we did in the last one, so I'm going to have to give it some hints to keep the form to move in an arc. So that needs to be pulled out here. And it'll need to be pulled out here as well. Wait, no. Yeah, there. So it goes. And even what you'd have to do before that is already have the easing in mind. So get rid of the start and the end, and in the middle, let's see. Apply some easing here, give it maybe 50, and then 50 there. And then pop keyframe halfway through each one, stretch it out to encourage a bit of roundness. See how that looks. Ooh. It almost goes too far up now, doesn't it? In. Yeah, it still wants to pull itself in on the way. Let's try there. And there. Ooh. Alright, get the hole up. Pace cycle. Going reverse, then forwards, and repeat that 8 times. Bang! Pull back to frame 1, and it goes. That was a great suggestion, thank you. Cool. Alright, I'm going to go back to the stack roll for now until someone else has another suggestion, I guess. Okay. So So stack roll is going to need something similar to before, where I give it standard legs. So in that case, because I've had to do this twice now, I think it means it's worth my time to at least have a backup in the Ice Bear, in the default version, to give Ice Bear straight up standing up and down legs, because I don't want to have to rebuild this thing every time I decide to not have him walk. So I'll build this in as a switch which we can swap between. There's no need to build a switch. It's overcomplicating things. If it was for a production and it was being used tons and tons and tons, maybe, but not for this. Okay. So it just means I gotta do the recoloring. Again! What a drag. Uh-oh. Put the shade on the wrong side. I'm thinking the spinny one, it was on the wrong side. I might come do some maintenance at the end off camera. Okay. So that's now just there as an option, which I can switch on and off. But it doesn't exist in my stack roll one, so I'm going to take a copy over with me. Oops. It's kind of funny watching him walk along with extra legs just dangling there like that. Alright. Don't need you. So now we're just left with a do. But we also don't want that. We want a fresh one. That is going to go... Oh man, how the heck am I going to do this? How the heck am I going to do this? I guess first things first, rotate it all the way around. Hello!
Heyo, what's up?
I'm live streaming.
Oh, what is?
I'm finally doing the Bears Walk thing.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Do you want to see him?
Yeah. Was that it?
No. This one's gonna be going.
The
That
falling
kind of
down the
routine.
hill sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I have
That's
they've
the
done that
only
in
time.
actual show.
That's the only time they've ever done that joke.
Oh,
They did
okay.
it once, and it was when they fell down a hill together. Like it was like the third episode or something.
Oh, right.
Actually, it might be in the first episode. They
Um,
only ever did it once. Whoa!
someone suggested just putting a single curve deformer down the middle,
Yeah.
and it does this. Whoop.
That's
whoop,
awesome.
Whoop.
It reminds me of I'm going to the shop.
Oh, the computer is so bad when streaming. It's just I gotta wait several seconds for it to do anything.
And I want to see how much RAM you have. Do you know how much RAM you have? Like 4 gig? Like 8 gig?
How much exists in the machine?
Yeah.
Let's discover that together.
How about this Mac? No, just go about this Mac.
Oh yeah. I wanted system
no.
preferences, didn't I?
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, about this Mac.
Yep.
No, just go up smack in the middle. 8
hey,
gig, that's not a lot.
it's 2009 model, man.
Yeah, that's fair. You can get extra gig for that, you know. They're not too expensive.
Would it be better to just buy a new machine at this point, though?
No, like, RAM's like $80.
What's this?
Or a whole. Oh my god.
You gotta play. Come on.
That's pretty solid. Here's next time. Yeah.
Oh, it only goes for so long.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got. Oh, is that not the one?
Oh my god. That is just wrong. That's awesome. I want to see it. You have to put this together at the end and make like a montage of it.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh, do like a Syriac thing.
Well, it'll be kind of like a Syriac, but you know how the opening credits go and how the backgrounds
Yeah.
change
Oh, so each time
constantly?
it changes?
Every time the background changes, it changes to a different walk,
Yeah.
slowly getting more and more absurd each time.
Could you mimic the first 3? Like, so it looks legit, and then like it starts getting weirder and weirder as time goes by.
So it changes so subtly at first that you're not quite sure if it's different.
Yeah.
Like maybe the bob is just a bit,
Yeah.
or the
Or,
legs
like,
the legs vanish and like.
Oh, like hovering? That would be cool. Skipping? If you could do a skipping one, that would be cool.
The trick.
Or
skipping.
like running like a dog. 2 legs, back legs, 2 legs, back legs.
Oh, I could do that.
Mm.
All I got to do is retime it.
Yeah.
And change the peg thing. That is a good one. The tricky part when assembling the final thing is I basically got to Photoshop the backgrounds to
Yeah.
take the bears out.
You could do it with content aware stuff.
I
Because
guess
the
so.
background moves so much that you can see what's behind at one point, so you just gotta get sections
Yeah,
of it, and then
half and half.
it would just be a bit of a process.
Yeah. So you're saying that Photoshop is a feature that sort of does it automatically?
Yeah, you can either crop them out, like select them, and then do content aware fill, but you could probably tell where the cut is. But you could go across and then just copy a section, paste it over.
Well, my
Because the background will be here at the start, and then
yeah,
here,
that's
so
what I was thinking.
they'll have holes
would be the
around it.
case.
to move. Yeah, so that works.
Hopefully, it holds for long enough that I could get it because there's often elements moving, like people in the background and
You could-
falling
you
into
could
the
mimic
ball
it.
pit and stuff like that. So.
Just ignore the ball bit.
I'm not going to know how much of a challenge it is until we get to that point.
Any of the ones that are too intense, just ignore them. Just go to the next one.
Yeah.
And then the background turns into like space when they're spinning.
Oh yeah, if I just do
Spinning
a
through space.
standard spin,
Yeah, just like this, what's currently set up.
that's a good idea. Well, this
And
one,
then just space.
to do the stack spin, I'm going to have to, yeah, do it in such a way.
What the heck am I doing with my time? Have you published that?
Yeah, this is the name
That's
of the stream.
awesome.
It's
I
just
love
called What the Heck Am I Doing With My Time?
I love it.
This
This is great. I can't wait to actually see like the final video. But,
Yeah,
this is-
I
this is
started
cool,
it
like-
before going live and thought this is something that needs to be done with
Perfect.
everyone.
That's perfect. Right?
Um,
It's so cool. Did you see the video that I posted in the chat?
in House Chat?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one where they animated something. You gave to San Fran and let them animate something. They came back with a whole animation that has no easing.
Oh yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
Is that something that should be disclosed live?
No, it's fine. Like they're just that's it.
Right.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it is interesting.
so staticky.
And it doesn't loop,
Yeah, the background, the
Like the
character
clouds
loops, but
reset
the
and
background, the clouds just kind of stop, And there's a dust effect that's like two separate graphics, right? And they move in like this, but then they keep moving past, and you can see the seams of like where the graphic ends. It's just like a solid line straight down the middle.
I see.
And there's like no easing on the character. For some reason, they pull out the magazine. Look, who pulls it out?
Huh.
Because the hands obviously like that's where they've cut it. So they're like, how do we separate the hands without redrawing a magazine?
Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting there like, oh man. And all their pivot points are wrong. Look at the knee. Oh, and it is. Yeah, look at the knee is like not on the right angle.
Yeah.
Like the pivot on the knee is just wrong. Pivoting on the elbow is wrong. The gun goes out of sync with the hand a lot.
This is.
The whole thing is wrong, and we're just like sitting there. As soon as we got it, we're just like, what? And it's approved as well. It's approved.
Right.
So it's like we want to at least add easing to it, but we're not allowed to.
Oh, okay.
And we just can't do anything to it. It is what it is.
Right.
And we're just talking around and we're just like, no, we can't allow this in the game.
This is a time where I wish I had independent control over onion skin stuff. Because I'm trying to look at the one that's coming first, but naturally it's the faintest. TV paint, you can say, I just want to see that frame in the onion skin, and the others not at all.
Why don't you just copy it and paste it, remove everything, and then adjust it accordingly, and then delete it later.
What?
So copy the first frame over to this frame on a different layout, or like a grouped version of it, or just a broken down version of it, just so you have the graphic in its place, or just sketch over it, and then later on, like you have it. It's just not the exact version.
Yeah, that's a good workaround actually.
Yeah, just make new layers, sketch on top of it.
Yeah, that's a real good idea.
At least you have just as a reference rather than the entire thing.
Do you reckon a controlled onion skin individual frame thing like that is something that we can do with scripts?
Possible. But I don't know how their onion skinning works. I don't know how the whole, like, any of their system works.
Okay, maybe we'll dig into it one day and see if there's something we
Do
can
any
do
of
about
the controls exist with that adjusts the onion skin or anything? Basically, if you've seen them do something, and you think that, like, oh, it would be cool if that thing did this, then I could do it. Like, definite.
There's so many scripts, I haven't looked at them all yet, let alone gotten an understanding of how they all work.
Right.
So I guess we'll see. Could you exaggerate the bob and add a little rotation to make them hop along?
Oh, so it's like,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. And that would be a good one to do at the start, where it's just like a little bit more subtle.
That would be cool if, like, as you're doing it, they separate. So it's like
Yeah.
It's because, like, when one bobs up, it pushes the
Oh,
other one around.
right. That is a good idea.
So,
Yeah,
like,
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so the top one's, like, extremely bouncing around, and Grizz is going crazy.
Yeah,
And is, like,
they sort of
trying
separate
to
it.
keep on. Yeah.
I like that idea very
You're
much.
going to keep all... It would be cool if all these... it would be cool if you could change your facial expressions, but I think it would be better if they just are always static.
Oh, actually, that might be a good idea for one of the first ones. Like, the walk is exactly the same, but all of the faces are going, ooh!
I like it.
Or,
Photoshop your face onto it. The
Oh,
Photoshop
man.
house. Just inside joke.
oh no, just make them all onion skin color.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
And
Do
just,
that, like,
just
with the
give them
onion
all
skin texture?
give them all the onion skin's face.
And the onion skin's face. with
And it
the
has the
onion
orange
skin
contours going
Yeah.
through it.
That'd be cool.
That would be great.
I love it.
There's so much potential for something like this.
Do it. Oh, that's cool.
Do you ever wish computers had sound effects when you did
I would
things?
be so annoyed.
No, it'd be fun. It's like in every sci-fi ever, computers make sounds when you do things, and like you see some
My
films.
friends do.
You see some films now where it's like a modern actual OS, but they like open a window or scroll down and they say.
Some computers do it. Like, I know that, like Windows has, like, startup and stuff. Shut down sounds, that's it.
No, but I mean like for everything, like every button press,
Yeah.
scrolling down, and
Well, your phone does.
Logging
except for
in.
not, like, scrolling, but, like, most buttons don't have it. Your phones have typing, that's it.
yeah, that's what I mean. And like it's a bit nicer now that different types of button presses have different tones.
Yeah.
Like when it was all just that standard tack, it was. Ugh.
Well, it's the same tack, they've just pitch shifted it randomly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's so much more appealing.
Oh, it is, because it doesn't just it's fucking that noise. It's just like, yeah.
Mm.
That's what you do whenever you're doing sound effects, and you got to use the same sound effect a couple of times. You just pitch shift it ever so slightly each time. So then it doesn't just sound the same repetitive.
Yeah, it makes me wonder why it has been the way it has been for 10 years.
Because they can either load in different pitch shifted versions, or now they can actually manipulate the sound effect on the go and randomize it.
As if they couldn't do that before. It's not like this has been on
More-
the to-do pile for ages. They've probably only recently thought of it.
Probably. It's more like how long it takes to render it
Hmm.
and like to do it live.
Oh my, wow, okay, good. It takes so long to select the tools sometimes. It's because the computer's so old, the program is so new, and live streaming. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, Silvio says, hey Cole, if you want sound effects, I have a treat for you. Why, have you got yourself some... What do you have? Show us your wares. Got some good things on sale, stranger.
What are you buying?
Hmm?
What are you selling?
What are you selling? I've got some good sound effects for you.
He like opens up his trench coat, just like a bunch of speakers.
You
all
want
just
some-
playing different sounds at the same time.
You want some creaking door sounds? You want some water splashing sounds? How about some chewing sounds?
Just pressing buttons and a giant speaker. Give us sound effects, buddy. Show me
I'll
out.
ask him later.
There you go. So that works.
Now that I've got a floor.
They just go to that middle frame because it ducks.
Yeah, it moves too far to the right there. Needs to kind of tilt.
It needs to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Like
not
that.
it's not a dive, it's a roll. And that's perfect right there.
Needs a bit more
Mac and cheese sounds.
adjustment.
Yes. Mac and cheese.
Like that. Duke. And then continues to roll. See, it has this the paths auto curve.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice, but if you want it to move linearly,
You got manually.
you gotta deal with this. How the face
Yeah.
dips down and then comes back up again.
So if you're doing it fast enough, you might as well just do it frame by frame.
Yeah, but what if I decide to make it longer? It means I need to have all my timing down pat, and I kind of like to wing my timing.
That's fair.
Come on. I guess that's not too bad.
No, that's fine. How long have you been doing this for?
How long have I been working on this? According to the stream, I've been live for just over an hour.
Oh, and you've done like 3, 4?
Yeah, this is like the 5th or 6th one now, I think.
Nice. Just churn them out, dude.
It's the most fun way, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like once you get over, like, because once you get over one, you're just like, I have a different one I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just
Exactly.
move it over. 30 gigs of non-attributed sound effects. Holy shit.
Oh man, do I want that much?
Holy Silvio. Silvio. You're crazy.
Crazy.
You're crazy, Silvio.
What kind of sound effects though? Like, are they garbage ones?
It's just some guy in front of me going, do.
Because if it's
They're
yeah,
really bad.
it's like it's like when someone says like, I've got thousands of fonts, and then you're looking at it, it's just like the garbage fonts. And you're like, these aren't useful. What context would I ever use these in?
I have that problem all the time. I go through my font base and I'm like, I haven't even used half of these. I have like 300 fonts just for like different design purposes, and like
Yeah, they're like balloon letter fonts and
yeah,
stuff.
like
and
80% of them are just like, because
Okay.
I just get them from around. Like I
The guy
find font
rolls
packs
on
and
his
stuff.
face.
Or like erasers.
So probably hold there for a few frames
So like
before lifting back up again.
it's like a slinky sort of.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the full rotation linear and then put another peg on top that will go roll across. Silvio thinks you're Nick.
Oh yeah, I'm Nick. What's up, man?
Now this is Lucky, the other one.
I'm the other one who's not really around because I work all day. 10 out of 10.
What are you saying about Nick?
Exactly.
Oh.
Whoa! No, Nick's cool. He works. He's a hard worker.
Yeah.
Was he painting today?
Yeah. Yeah, he finished the truck today.
Did you tell him about the Wacom thing?
Still good.
Because he submitted an image and didn't post a tag it. Made
I-
me sad.
Wait, what?
The Wacom event. The Wacom next level thing.
Yeah, I told him that you posted something in house chat that he should check out.
Oh,
It was-
because
it was
that's
like,
because
okay.
he posted like an hour ago. He posted what the thing he finished working on Instagram, and all he had to do was just tag the thing, and he was in the running to win it. Robot Studio.
Oh, so it's just like there's no theme?
Just submit your art, and if they like it, if you win, you get a Mobile Studio Pro,
Yeah.
and the top 3 get their art stuff into a gallery.
Wow. You could do that.
And I'm just like, and all you have to do is just post a piece of art that you've made with the hashtag and tagging a couple of people, or
Yeah.
tagging them. so
Once
they
you've
know.
submitted it, can you update the tags?
No, I don't think it gets pushed through. So you can delete the post and just re-upload it.
I guess so, yeah.
But it's just like, man, there's 4 days left. So anyone on the stream who's an artist,
I'll just give him a reminder when he gets home. He might have forgotten.
yeah, I'll let him know. It's not like he's missed the opportunity. It's just like, man, all of his art could have been posted with it, and then because you can submit it limited times,
Yeah.
and it's not a big deal to have that as a tag.
Are they home now, by the way?
They're at the thingy,
Oh, that meet and greet.
3D Main Street.
Yeah.
Missed it.
It works.
Nice.
I
Can you just?
love how static it is.
Yeah. Can you copy that path and push it across? But I don't think that's a thing though.
To make it do it in place.
No, because you just need to loop that path.
No, the path
The rotation is separate.
to do it for the return loop, you mean?
Yeah.
Not quite, because the body's a different shape. Notice that they're rolling around on their noses. Like it
Yeah.
goes down and then clonks back up again on Grizzly's
Yeah,
head.
good point.
So it's going to be doing the same thing across their tails now.
I was just curious if that was a thing you can do in Tomb Raider. Can you copy the path and then copy the path between?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, you can.
And then apply it somewhere else.
Yeah, you definitely can. But I'm not doing that. This time.
Sylvia loves the thumb. I too love the thumb. We've got the thumb.
Wouldn't it be funny if none of them have sound effects except for this one?
Oh,
It's just going, and it's just going psh, psh, psh,
It needs to be really fucking obnoxious.
Oh man, we've been planning to do this since
Long time.
the between the frames.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was 3-4 months ago.
No, it was the end of Feb. So
Really? It's
yeah,
that's 3 months ago. 2 months ago?
no, it was like a month and a bit.
2 months?
Yeah. Month and a
2
bit.
months. Yeah, month and a bit. And
It's about 6 weeks.
then tomorrow I finish my first week.
How you doing?
It works easy, but it's like morale is still low.
Yeah.
What can you do though?
Yeah, you're right.
It's it gets more and more like everyone at the work is like the people who I haven't talked to who are like other games not going to do very well,
Mhm.
and then more and more I talk to other people around the place who I haven't discussed that sort of stuff with. Like it ends up coming out that they think the exact same thing, and we're all just like, when is that? There's going to be a moment that there either is or isn't going to be a moment where the whole thing turns around because something clicks.
Yeah, that can happen where there's this sort of veil of secrecy where no one really wants to speak their mind, and then it kind of becomes apparent that everyone feels the same way.
Yeah, that's definitely happening right now because no one wants to reveal it. But I'm just hoping that at some point in time, it's going to make a turnaround and the game's actually going to be something.
I hope so. I was
Yes.
mucking around with it before, and the tutorial's kind of solid. I thought it was. Have you seen it's got like the white hand as it like drags
Yeah.
things up?
It fades out a bit.
I did chuckle when it fades out, and you can see the layer of the finger in the palm.
Yeah. So that was made by one of the programmers, and I'm just like, oh no. No, it was made by San Fran and implemented by a programmer, and I'm like, no, it should be one asset, and it fades out on 2 separate pieces.
Right.
Yeah, it's not AAA quality, and I'm just sitting here just like, man, I don't even have time to review that sort of stuff. It just kind of happens.
What show are these characters from? We Were Bears. Yeah, it's a Cartoon Network show.
It is absolutely worth watching. I just finished the latest episode last night, and oh man, just every episode is just great. Also,
they've
like
been
the
pretty
characters
fun.
really represent our like
Um,
outgrew.
let's not tell that story.
What? No, it's just we got character tropes and we fit into those characters.
It was kind of relatable.
It's very relatable just to everyone. Like, it's
They've
very
managed to
relatable.
make it extremely relevant.
Yeah.
I-
It's on topic.
I
And,
see
like,
it as the kind of show that in 10 years you'd watch it and be like, yep, that's what the 2010s were like.
exactly.
Like
They've got like
It ref-
episodes where they mimic YouTube, and it's like you're like, oh, it's gonna be like early YouTube because they're watching cat videos, and then it turns into current day YouTube. And you're like, what?
Yeah, the
Catch
people
you
who
as
make
well.
it, they get it. They know what's going on now. It doesn't have the hello fellow kids.
Yeah, it
vibe.
feels like it's made by.
So a lot of the time when you watch these shows, it does feel like there's people trying to be trendy and don't really know
If
what that is.
If there's just like one video I had to show someone about this of like how to get someone into it, it would be the episode where they go to the college and
And it has the
their video.
their PowerPoint presentation
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
that's great.
So good.
because it's got like Comic Sans and
It's
gifs in
It
there.
takes a
And,
full rip on what PowerPoint presentations are with like poorly drawn things and like stock photos. It's so good.
it's so good.
It is worth a watch.
All right, let's see if this works.
And also
Wait,
all
wait.
of their music. Oh
Wait,
wait,
have a look at this. Thunk, thunk, thunk.
I love it. Yeah, that's perfect. And then you have to grab it all and then make it all centered, or you're gonna make him go outside the frame.
I'm gonna do like the symbol within symbol thing, so it'll slide back at such a pace that it stays in place.
Yeah.
But for
another
the
thing
initial
is-
roll, it just makes sense to do it linearly.
Yeah, and then you group it and do it separately. Another thing with We Bare Bears is something that I noticed 3 seasons in, that they make all their music originally. Like it's all original music, but it's based on the scratch music they use. So there's just a ton of songs that sound like other songs. Like Eye of the Tiger is in there, but it's like their version of Eye of the Tiger. It's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's become a bit of a game to be able to figure out what the scratch music would have been.
Yeah, because like there was one song that I'm like, hey, I used to listen to that, like, because I thought it was the song that I knew, and then the lyrics were different, and like the beats were kind of off.
Hang on, I think I might be getting talked about here. I saw the Bears and they were like singing the song. I don't know what that means, but does that mean that?
Why do you fear bitches something down from? I have no idea what that is. And they sound like yeah.
Oh.
I have no idea what Fadio Bidge, B-I-G-A, some down from flaked bricks.
I'll definitely check it out. Been running out of shows to watch. Yeah, I think you'll like it.
It's a good show. Just watch the first episode. If you're not into it, but I think it's good. But you know, opinions are relative.
Yeah, it probably is subjective. Like we know people that aren't really into it as well.
Yeah.
That always happens.
Yeah. If you want a show to watch, watch Read Between the Frames.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Or Steven Universe.
I think I know the guy that
It's pretty
does.
damn good.
I think I've met the guy that did Read Between the Frames.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it cool?
No, it's a bit of a
I thought he'd be a cool guy, like wearing sunnies everywhere he goes and like finger gunning. Just like, hey,
No,
take
it
it around.
kind of comes across like he knows a bit more than he really does.
I'm sure he's smart. He's a smart boy. He's a smart boy.
Ugh. That's my puke bucket.
Definitely check that. Thanks so much.
Hashtag Humblebrag.
I've been watching so much H3. They released a video today.
Into that eye.
Yeah, they released a video today. It was adorable. Like how they met.
Oh really? I haven't watched it in ages. I haven't watched a lot of YouTube in quite a while actually.
I just do it while I'm working, but man, it's so adorable. And it's like he made her a song, like after being together, they first met. But then he, like, the song that he made was just like the backing track for the video. But then he, on their secondary channel, they released it. I'm like, it's such a nice song.
Okay.
I was listening to it like on repeat for a little while. It was nice.
Nice.
It's just cute.
Alright. I think we're there.
Now make dinner after this.
Alright.
And then maybe to it.
Let's see if this works. Split, blip, blip, blip.
It works so good. I love it. That has like no easing. And there you go. Loop that shit. Like to the center.
Should be able to loop it fairly easily. Let's go like that. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Whee!
that.
That's fine. I can fix that.
Yeah, dude.
Just gotta do this and put that there. Bring it back to that point.
That's
My bad. In here. New keyframe.
it's Monday. What up, Monday?
Yeah, Monty's on.
Hey, Monday.
Yeah,
I
everyone's
miss you.
on
Come
today.
Come back, please. I miss you.
Yeah, Riddler Bros is here as well. Never misses a stream. Riddler Bros.
Oh, what a babe.
Yeah.
Really, bros? Is there two of you? So there's two people that never miss the stream?
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I've never asked before. Is there another Ridley Bro?
Hey, bro. Is there another Ridley, bro?
If you ever get a good look at that logo, like the Warner Brothers symbol,
RB.
it's an RB, yeah.
That's what I should.
Being able to cram an R into that is tricky.
Copyright infringement.
Do you reckon that works? Do I need to just finesse that at all, or do you think it works?
I have to watch it first.
Stop.
No, that's perfect. I like how it trails behind for a little bit. It's like, oh.
Great.
Wait. There you go.
Watch what happens now as it resets.
Oh.
That's easy to fix. Alright, just pop in.
So that like giant crosshair, you said you don't have alignment tools, but you still have visual alignment?
This is because I'm inside a symbol right now.
Okay, so you still have rulers, kinda. Back to square ones here. Hey, I recognize that name. I don't know how, but I recognize.
Back to square one, our favourite of all viewers.
I used to make Lego animations with my brothers years ago. That's where the name came from. That's awesome. I used to make animations with wrestling toys with a really old film camera. So it's like if you have to time your on record button.
Oh yeah.
That sucked. But I made like a 12-minute thing. Considering every frame actually goes like 2 seconds.
I remember in the flip phone days, the video camera in that had a pause function. So it wouldn't stop the video, it would just pause and restart it again. So I'd make little stop motion things out of that. Just by going
Yeah, that's basically what I did.
That's
basically what I did with the giant camera, except it like was laggy and it was a big button, and I was like 5 years old. So I was probably like 6 or 7. But yeah, it's like being a clunky 7-year-old trying to press a button, not knowing what I'm doing, and then moving on toys and accidentally knocking the camera all the fucking time, trying to get around the camera to the toys.
Yeah.
I still have that video on VCR somewhere. I should convert to DVD.
Yeah.
So I can like have a digital file.
Okay, so I think next I'll do the bounce. Where you said that they separate a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then you can make their legs kind of bend a little bit rather than, oh no, maybe a solid object would be cool. So you gotta do the bottom, you gotta do Ice Bear first, the bottom one.
And they all just move up and down a little bit.
And then you make it all relative to his bob. So to loop that, you might have to do a couple of bobs each. So bob the bottom one because he's not relative to anyone, and then Panda has to.
Might be fine. Just you can't really spend too much time on the ground because the background's still moving. Unless I kind of make it be still for a moment.
No, think of it more like a ricochet. So it's like a
Yeah, that could probably work.
super medium.
So I've got 2 sets of Ice Bear legs in here, a moving one and a still one, depending on the kind of thing that I want to do.
Oh, dude,
But
can you do
look at that.
Can you do like a centipede bear?
Centipede? Oh, as in like they're all attached,
Oh, I didn't.
like human centipede style.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you definitely have to do that.
Or as in he's just like got 1,000 legs.
I wanted just a shit ton of tiny legs, and then they're all just kind of just like make them all like half the size, and just put as many as you can.
What if I just stretched his body out really far and he had 1,000
Oh
legs?
yes, yeah.
Then I could-
absolutely.
I could do like a cat bus version.
Yes, please do. Please do. And then if you can, depending on how hard it will be, try to merge all 3 characters into one and just have a giant bear. Like just draw the drawing. So like take one of them, doesn't matter which one, and then just change the color schemes to kind of match, so they're all mix and match with the colors.
Well, these ones are all built from the same artwork.
We'll just do that.
So they
yeah,
kinda
so
are
you
that.
just take one, make it huge, and then like add stripes, but it's brown, but it has black around the eyes. And it's like a mess of all 3 of them trying to...
I guess that could work. The main idea of this exercise is to see how many things I can make using the parts I already have.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there were suggestions like, oh, give them butterfly wings, but like that requires a whole bunch more animations,
Okay.
so like that doesn't count.
So just what animations you have, what assets you have.
Yeah, so
Okay,
how can
cool.
I manipulate these pieces here? So like that's why the bounce one is perfect, because I have access to each of the bears individually, and I
Okay,
can
so
do that.
a millipede bear, like
Mhm.
really long with lots of legs.
Yeah, so that's perfect. That's really easy.
Yeah.
So for now, for this bounce one, has a new set of animation there, and if I take the pivot point to be here, so I can have a little bit of squash and stretch before bounce, like so.
Is that going to affect it? Oh, you're doing it as a group, and then
Yeah, I'll do them as
that might look weird.
I'll do them as a
They're all
group.
stretching while they're not really in the bounce.
No, that's okay, because now I don't need to apply stretch to the individual bears. They just need to tween up and down.
I feel like it's not going to sync well.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah.
Because if you do that and then one's up in the air and he hasn't touched, he's still stretched or squashed, even
Yeah.
though he's not touching yet. So you still have to do it individually. Unless you do the whole thing as like a hopping. Like if I want to see one where they're all hopping as one group. I like the idea of them being also being a group, like the roll.
Yeah.
It's just one object moving around.
Things where it's just the absurdity of the unit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, treat them like a unit on some of them, treat them as individuals on the others.
okay, so I can do it for this one, where
You also got to do a version where they're like in an acrobatic stack pose. So it's like they're balancing with one hand.
oh yeah, I think we discussed that back when we conceived the idea.
Yeah.
It's not too dissimilar to the one that has Grizz standing on his face.
Yeah, that's true.
So like that, there is a little bounce.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then Panda's just got to reflect that, and then they all land and squash again. So now I've just got to consider that everything else needs to come down and stay stacked.
Are you gonna have a constant hop like a?
I think
Or is it
I'll-
gonna be like a?
No, I think it'll have to be a constant, so the background doesn't like they're
Well,
never
well,
they're
it's
never
more of a.
so they're never gliding against the background. You know that's moving consistently.
What
So if they
something
stay
like that?
still for too long, then it won't work.
I mean something like that. So it's like on the floor, bounce comes down, they move back, and they jump back to get to the front again.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
And then that means you can have them all when the bottom one lands, the next one can like stop on top, they can slap on top, and they all jump again.
Right.
Because they're all like they're gonna be like this, you know, where they kind of like separate in the air.
Yeah.
Cody, like.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah. See, look.
Yeah. they like flap. They just lay each other like pancakes. How's this working? So you have tested it? Or?
Well, I'm using it right now. And it seems to be.
Like, hey guys, do you get clicks and pops when Colin goes piece of piece?
Shut up. My main issue is always resolution when doing streams.
Okay.
So even when it's good, it only comes in like 240p for everyone.
Okay.
Anyway, what do we got here? Just tuned in. How are your lines so clean? Vector tool. No, I use the pencil. I guess that's a pencil vector, but
He's just very talented.
I don't use lines and strokes. I just
get some
take care with my line.
I get some food.
Okay.
I'm gonna work this one.
Nice.
Cool. Fine. I'll talk to you later.
No worries. And you haven't heard from Nick and Mimi at all? Don't know where they are?
Not at all. But they said they were going to the thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so we do know where they are.
Yeah, well, he needs to go to the thing.
Dang right.
Damn right. Yeah, but
Bye. So he actually needs to hop up as well, doesn't he? Ice Bear's going up a bit. Panda needs to go up all the more. So does Grizz. This isn't working. I think I might be overcomplicating things. Ugh. Not sure how much longer I'll stick around actually. We've gotten quite a few done. More than I probably would have been expecting. How to do this? I want to finish this bounce. I'm trying to think of the most efficient way to go about it. There are a few different ways. Just thinking through the movement. This is going to be more about getting the pacing right. I think do Ice Bear in his entirety first. Go from there. Stretch down. Bounce up. Move up into the air. Relax proportions. Go away, everyone else. Just need this. Okay. Goes up. Stays up. And then stretches in just a bit on the end. Down. Up. With an arc. But something doesn't feel right about that. I think it's just because frames are being dropped from watching it, but oh, I know what it is. It's needs a bit of that. the time it reaches the peak, it's still at its most stretched. That's a problem. So it needs to be less stretched at the top. Or if possible, back to how it was. So maximum height. Stretch gone. And then descends. So don't need that one at all. Pull that in. There we go. I know what I did wrong. I'm such a moron. It needs to be at max stretch, like straight after leaving the ground. Doy. Freaking bounce animation 101. Ease out that sucker. Come on. Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. Stretching down too far on the landing now. There's a little bit more subtlety. There we go. Extend that and ease it by a margin of 40. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, now to see how Panda would behave on top of him. Be the same to there. You could have him do the Yoshi sacrifice. What do you mean? Oh hey, sure, Yosh fan. Oh, you're a big fan? Oh man. I don't know if I can handle that responsibility. Why? Alright, so that will go down. So I think he'll keep the same proportions. And just sort of descend a tad. Come on. Follow with it but not get squash. Yeah. And then on the spring, that's when he would get squashed down. Because he's reacting to being pushed up by the one underneath. Like that. So he'd reach his peak a little bit after, I guess. Up here. squashed would need to be getting ready to take off and would be past the point of the middle. I think that. Ooh. Connect there. Come on. Come on. Okay. So land immediately. Become squashed. Return to default 2 frames later. Whoop. Now, if I'm really lucky, I can take everything that I just did for Panda and apply it straight to Grizz's version. If I'm really lucky. Which, knowing my luck, is not the case. So, it would need to be... Wait, what? Oh, of course. I'm a moron. New peg on top. Paste it straight in. See how it goes. And then go from there. So... yeah, it's going to need a bit of rejigging. First 2 frames at least stay there. So follows down, squashes in with the others. Indeed. But then needs to take off with a little bit more delay. So about there. So, just easing a 50-50 out of the way on him, and easing 50-50 out of the way on him. Auto patch and layer syncing are blowing my mind. They're pretty good, aren't they? Alright, there we go. Whoop-a. Nice. That works quite well. Put that in a few times. See how it runs. It doesn't reset as well as I would like. Just gotta do that. There we go. Hopefully that did it. It didn't. Got you. Okay. That's pretty cute. Okay, so I've got a few in there now, I think. Wheel leg, stack roll, deform, bounce. What were these two again? Okay. So, vertical walk. Rename. Let's rename. Rename. O2 face walk. And this one is. Oh, I thought this was the upside down one. I guess this one didn't have any edits to it then. It's just an old one. Delete you. Oh, so that, whoa, I did it to the top layer? Oh no. Gotta put you inside one then. What's this? Is this just a blank stack? Yes. Alright. It's fairly straightforward. Delete everything there. Replace it with my other set. Go back to the root and call this 0, 1 upside down. Okay. What are you? No name. What are you doing? What is your purpose here? Oh yeah, that's the initial standing up one. Oh boy, does it break? Come on. Selected you. Put you here. Done. So you can be 07. Grizz stand. Wow, got 7 of them done. That's not bad. Yori of the Castle, hello, how are you? I might be ready to call it quits soon, actually. I've been going for a good couple of hours. Made 70 of these guys. Do I dare do any more? I kind of feel like doing one more. How long did the whole lot take you? Well, I got started at the beginning of the stream, so a bit under 2 hours. As you know, I was working fairly casually. It's the slow program really denting things. So, what next? I'd like to do something, like I said before, of making them all look like the onion. I think that would be pretty funny. Might take a bit of work though. I'd have to go get those assets and those colors and things. But a nice quick one would be to give them a face. Oh, actually, I can think of a couple of quickies. If I take all of them, I'm going to call this, oops. The program is so slow, I can't take it. I'm going to call it, this one, All Panda. And this is going to take advantage of the modular system like no one's business. So all I have to do here is take everything to do with the Panda modules, make 2 copies of them, and when I plant them underneath Ice Bear and Grizz, it's going to automatically place them in those positions. So all I have to do now is line up their layering correctly. Like so. Turn off all these guys and bam! 2 pandas. Neat, huh? Do the same thing here. This time put it above everything. Oops. Disable everything here. There you go, that's the third one. So now to replace these feet with walking feet. Gotta do the opposite this time. Make them black. These are walking ones too, so I'm gonna have to do it for every frame, which will take a minute. Especially considering as this is the only character with 2 tones. What if I made Panda inchworm along? That's a good idea. I could do that. What do you suppose happens to the other 2? Maybe they're sitting on his back and riding him. If you wanted something crazy, duplicate sets and use that curve deformer to make a pink elephant monster. What? Use the paint across all layers, don't paint individual. Yeah, but that's going to affect my line art as well. This isn't set up in such a way to avoid the outlines. Oh, hey, Paul. Awesome. I haven't had you in one of mine before. That's exciting. How's your project coming along? I haven't seen it in a few weeks. I should probably fill you in as to what the heck I'm doing here. Have I ever seen Dumbo? Yeah, of course. I mean the psychedelic scene, right? Alright, that's 2 done. 3. Oh, program, you are so slow. It's good that it's coming along well. It's a man made of pink elephant heads, but with bears. Bear Voltron. I suppose, but considering I've got to use all the modules that I've got already, I guess you're saying, like, make the feet out of more bears and stuff like that. Like, I totally could. But consider these feet, they're frame by frame. So, you know, each one of these isn't supposed to take more than like 20 minutes. I was just about to grab a can of Coke when I got this notification, so I'll nip out and come back and watch your streams as I work. Lovely. It'll be exciting to have you here. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on for, but until I get bored. I'm not getting bored yet. Okay, there we go. It doesn't quite line up as well, does it? I think I'm going to have to move each foot to stay within the thingy. Particularly going to have to move this one. No, this one. You're going to have to go here. And fingers crossed, you actually stay there. Yeah, cool. Alright, that'll work. That will do fine. There you go. 3 pandas. Easy peasy. These plugins are terrifying. I don't know how you even see what's going on unless it's a literal electrician. Well, the idea of this project, Paul, is I've got the 3 bears stacked on top of each other. And by just moving these around into different ways and doing a little bit of rejigging, I'm creating all sorts of different stupid things with them. And it's been quite fun. I'll go back through some of the examples when you get back, I suppose. Just need to clean up this one, delete all the red stuff. Don't need this. Don't need any of that. There we go. That's number 8 done. And number 9, I was just going to give them all a face going, eee, or something like that. Give them all different expressions. That could be fun. Come on. So very, very slow. There we go. Okay. This time, don't need the still legs. They can be shut off. And all I got to do here is go into each individual body and draw in a new face. Stop being slow, please. Yeah. Wow, 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 it's so frustrating. Okay. You can tell it's slow because the pencil isn't even drawing at the correct speed. See how it's like all polygon and junk? Okay, what face should I do for Panda? Maybe they should get progressively more and more crazy. Like hippie or like oh man, it's so slow. This is driving me mad. Check this out. I'll draw a big circle, right? Look how angular it is. It's not processing the speed at which I'm drawing. Yeah. Okay, panda body. What expression should he have? Maybe I should just give them all that same face. That'll probably be pretty funny. And all I'd have to do select that and go to that. Hurry up! Okay. There we go. Ice Bear body. Where are you? There you are. Pop you in there. Oh man, it's so funny to see Ice Bear make that face. Alright, Panda just needs his thingy thing patches. Do you see what I mean? How do you work like this? That'll have to do. That'll have to do. Alright. Select. See how long it took to change color? It's too much. I cannot handle this. Alright. The next one, I'm going to take a duplicate of exactly this, and then do like, probably really wacky faces. Or, no, I got a better idea. New copy. Number 10. Rename this guy. Number 10, and I'm going to call it Butt Face. Calling it Butt Face? Whatever is going to happen? Alright. Open this up. Go into each individual face, each individual body rather. Go here. Get Grizz body. And select the face parts here. Oops. Wrong layer. There we go. Go. One more attempt. And pull that across. Just put the face there and just do that on all of them. Because I'm an idiot. Select the color, please. Thank you. This file seems to be struggling to handle what I'm doing to it now. Yes, this is an interesting one. Because it's a different color now. I suppose I might as well embrace that. And get the black color. Oh man, it's not even letting me draw a line correctly. Paints the color in. Oh my goodness, did you see that? It took like 5 seconds or more just to do a command. This is so painful. Okay, this one doesn't have anything too crazy going on. If I just pick them up, flip it, place it here, and get a paint bracket with ash color. Where's the ash color? D. Okay, it's gonna do the obnoxious orange face. You could Yeah. Download more RAM. Nice. The Saitama face. That could be good. I don't want to do too many facial expression ones though. It's just a couple to put in at the start. To sort of like ease it in before it gets really, really wacky. But now that they're all in there, there you go. Oh, let me turn off the still feet. Here's how this one looks. It looks strange on Panda, doesn't it? I think he should just drop the eye rings. Doesn't need those. It's making it look too much like it's like pasted on there rather than being baked in. Maybe that's the solution. Like sort of have the patch, but only emphasized where it needs to be. Like so. Yeah, that works. Alright. We got 10. Which is your favorite? Personally, I think I'm still gravitating towards this one, where it goes, come on, like, oh, what fun. Still more ideas though. But which one to do next? I think the bounce one probably turned out the nicest. But the wheel legs, probably the wackiest. I should do a hover one. Maybe at least do the centipede one before I go. Let's do that. So, new copy. Go in there, rename it to... Rename to 11. Centipede. And on this one, stop walking please, thank you. We don't need still ice bear feet, they can go. But we need to do a bit of work to his main body. So isolating that into the same thing. You're back! Back in time for the stream to die. It's not gonna... Oh wait, it's buffering again, I see. Paul, did you get a chance to see the examples just then? Do I need to crack them back open again? Alright, let's do this. I need to get the cutter tool, make that into a marquee, and then what I can do is take a slice here and just nudge that back and forth a little bit. Pull it across to the left-ish. Take this slice here and just stretch it all the way out. Like, all the way out. Probably even further than this. There. Seal you back on. Like so. Now, I'm guessing all we'd have to do is just take tons and tons of duplicates of the legs. Right? Will that work? One way to find out. How to do this? I'm gonna bust out a new composite this time. So everything at the front is going to get nestled in here, and everything at the back gets nestled in there. So because there's going to be so many of each one, I'm going to try and keep things a little bit tidier by doing this. Okay. I'm not going to do this. Take both of these collections, put this over here. And now, spread these out a little bit. Get 2, 4, 8. 8 of them should be enough. String them all up. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they all go in the front, so they can go in any order. Doesn't matter at all. But then turn animation mode off and just shift them a bit further down. Meanwhile, these ones will go in between each, like this. Haha. And then I guess we'll just see if it works or if it overlaps so badly it just breaks. But one way to find out. It's okay. There's a little bit of overlap, which is not the nicest looking thing. I could probably patch it up. It's only for a few frames where it's kind of dodge. Unfortunately, these are all duplicates and they're not sharing the artwork of each one, so if I go in and fix it, I'm going to have to do that little bit of painting for each one. So, hopefully I can just work through each one. Do that. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, poo face, slowing down all the time. Yeah, this frame, more than anything. Say. Okay, so if that's patched up, oh, still not quite ready. That one's gross. That one's gross. Come on. Go. That one's kind of okay. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. Think that works. And now to do it to all the back legs too. So it's going to be a freaking mess. But that's okay. It's kind of the joke, I guess. Now, if I'd done a clone layer instead, I would have only had to paint it once. But by doing a duplicate layer, it means I have a bit more freedom with shifting the timing around to give it a, like a centipede type feel, rather than all the legs going in complete unison like that. We might be able to get them moving in a wave, which will look really, really cool if we can pull that off. All of these at the bottom. And all of these top. Like that. I guess do as I did before, animation mode off, and then shift it all into an appropriate spot. Oops. It's pretty effective, isn't it? Okay. Alright. To save myself from breaking it, I'm going to take a duplicate of that entire cluster, pop it over here to the side for now, and attempt to make a centipede wave out of it. Attempt. I don't think it's going to work, but let's try it. I just nudge everything forwards one frame each. We'll see what happens, yeah? Yeah, it's moving too quickly to be... to have any nice kind of flow. Try having it be a few frames delayed. I don't think Beach will want me. So Colin is animating mutant abominations using complicated timbering things that I don't comprehend. Do you want to see some of the other ones? Yeah, that's too much, isn't it? It does kind of look like if I finessed it, it potentially could work, but it's just moving too fast. When you go frame by frame, you can sort of see the wave that's forming, but nah, I don't think that's the way to go. I think it should just be moving in unison. Like, that's okay, I guess. Alright. Just for you, Paul, and I guess for Trill as well, you just made it in time. So, if you've ever seen We Bare Bears, which is a Cartoon Network show, they do this thing, right, in the opening titles, where they walk in a stack of 3, like this. And just walk down, boop, 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 boop. All good. And I reanimated it using a modular system like this. I thought, I know what would be funny. Let's take all of those bits and bobs, rejig them, shuffle them all about, and see what kinds of funny walks you can get. Like that. Or have them stand up and walk on his face. Or maybe shift it around and have it rotate in a wheel around his whole body. I think my favorite so far has been this one. Someone suggested throwing a deformation control like straight down their body, which resulted in this. Whoop, 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 whoop. But probably the nicest one turned out to be this bounce. So it's been fun shuffling everything around just to create junk like that. A more simple one where they're just going, oh, hey Jesse, it's good to see you. So the idea is to kind of mix them all together so it slowly gets more and more absurd as it goes. And I've got 11 now. The latest being the centipede one. I think the best way to sort of set this up is rather than them being stacked, have them both sit straight on Ice Bear. So I should be able to do that by grab the panda set and plop him here, rotate him up like that, and just have it look like he's kind of riding him. Man, everyone's come by today. This is great. So many artist friends. Come on, behave yourself. You need to stop being so slow. Ugh. I prefer the advanced animation tools by a long way, but they're just being so slow today. Like, I click it, and then it takes many seconds for it to actually select. This leg back here needs to be relayed. Which one? That one. You can go all the way to the bottom. There we go. Panda's front legs. There we go. How's that? I'm having so much fun. Okay. I'll never turn to the vector side. Good! You're too good for it, Paul. I can't imagine you working with symbols and tweens. It would taint what you do. Alright. Do I have time for one more? I've been saying one more for the past hour and a half. I've been doing this for 2.5 hours now. Actually, maybe what I should do real quick is we actually look at the original opening title sequence and see how many shots there are. That's probably important. Then we know exactly how many we need to make. So, where is that? Footage, Bears intro. Open when you're ready. Gasoline-powered machine. Alright, let's count shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. We've got the right amount, because including the original walk, which it needs to start as, we've got 12. So, we're actually done. I've done all I need to do to make this entire thing. Holy crap. I was not expecting that. So the next leg of this project, which I'll probably do off camera, is to go through and kind of shop out the bears so I can just get clean versions of all of these background pieces here. And then every time the background changes, it switches between different walk types, going from just like maybe the different faces to getting more and more wacky, wacky, and wacky. Not sure how it will end. Maybe I'll just do the onion one or something like that. Make them all skeletons, horrible zombie robots. It'd be fun to do one where the artwork is actually different, but it will take so long to do. But we'll see. I'll decide that another day. I've had fun doing this. I wasn't expecting to do enough of them in one sitting, so that's pretty exciting. I think I'll export out each one of these, maybe throw them up on Twitter if you want to just look at a loop of them. But that, I think, brings me to the end of today. So, thanks for coming by, everyone. It was great to have so many, just so many of you sticking around. It was great. 5-tone shading. Wait, do a 5-tone shading one of these. That'd be hilarious. Should I do, should I give them, full-on anime face as well? Cover them in belts and body armor? Or maybe I should draw them as just a mech, and there's a piece missing from the top one's face, and it has all three of them sitting. But that gives me too many. I now have more than I need. How do you do 5-tone shading for something that's just a blob like this? There's no way to give it all the detail. Alright. Let's not go just yet. I will go back to the root timeline. I'm just gonna sketch one for fun. Just like the 5-tone shading one, just for fun. Probably won't fully animate it because that's gonna take a bit longer than I probably have time for. But we can do a sketch, why the heck not? 5-tone. Actually, make it a bitmap layer. I'm doing all this animating, not doing much drawing. So it's time for a bit of that. Hang on. Collapse or what? Okay. Wait, what am I doing? I still need their shape as reference. They're upside down. That's no good. Pull out regular bear stack, pop that in, get rid of that. There we go. And on 5-tone quickly. Sketch around it. Now I wait for the computer to catch up to all of my brushstrokes. Oh, Mundy, you're so naughty. Okay. It's done. Wait for the computer to catch up, as it will take forever, as it always does. Ah. Now I can make things a bit more simple. Man, that looks pretty gross. See what's happening here though? See how, like, I'll draw a line, it takes so long to catch up sometimes. Anyway. It would be funny if there were a cockpit here. Like a control deck. And the bears were sitting inside. Like this. So hard to draw when the strokes appear seconds afterwards. It's so frustrating. I just can't work properly. Deliberately have to draw slow strokes and then wait for it to appear. There's no way to just sketch. Maybe it'll be faster in Photoshop. Like, what if I take a screenshot of this? And then paste it into a Photoshop file. Surely that'll be better. There's even a millisecond lag, I become enraged and throw my pen across the room. Your patience is impressive. Thank you. It's becoming a bit much. I animate less because it's just not organic now. But I'm not really in a position to just buy a completely new setup. Is it the computer or the program? Is it because I'm live streaming? So, you know, it's got to handle the fact that it's doing all this. Hang on. Um, okay. At last. So, let's see if you will actually paint at a decent speed. I guess that's okay. It doesn't seem to be completely stopping. So, it's got a bit of a follow behind. Oh well, should be enough to at least doodle. But of course, it's taking the off-white color from the other document. Hang on, gotta do that and pop in a white background. So silly. What's going on here? Well, Paul challenged me to make one. Well, he said 5-tone shading, and then I springboarded into being like, oh, let's make it a giant mech, and the three bears are like in a cockpit at the top, piloting the thing. So that's what's happening currently. But yeah, I don't really have time to like do like a full artwork swap out. So I'm just kind of sketching it just for fun. Yeah, that's a good idea. What if, for like a flamethrower thing, I did this? So it kind of had like it's like a port or a massive thruster, so to speak. Seems that the wind of every line you make gets picked up by the mic. The wind. Oh, that's probably the air conditioner. Hang on. Where's the switch for it? Yeah, that should be a bit better. It's beginning to take form. Still very crude though, isn't it? So it's held on by pistons, and then I guess what's holding the top to the bottom? Maybe it should like be latched all the way around. Like the top is the cockpit, the bottom is the locomotive, and then the middle is like the weapons. So what I could do with these leg shapes just have them sticking out like this. There'd be like a wheel on the end. But that's like, that is simply either ends for the tracks. Right? Like this. I kind of like the bottom one just like still being a bear with caterpillar tracks. Maybe he should stay organic, and then the top half is just like all this mess. It's like grafted into his very body. Okay, I know what I want to do for those stripes, but these shapes are not working. So how we connect it to the top? Let's have it come out like this. Reset these legs. Scrap all that. Curls around the whole body, following the contours of the one in the middle. And then it's like embedded, like this. Into the flesh of the one at the bottom. What do you think? Oh. So connect that through here and here. Oh wait, you guys all know each other? What's going on here? That's pretty cool. Okay. So that's going to be the embedded part. Like it goes down inside the machine. And then continues back here. Okay. Go to a point, hopefully. Come across. Up. Okay. There's the thruster. Well then. People say my streams are relaxing to watch, but I've never believed them until now. I've just sat here drinking Coke, watching this. It should have some ambient rain and thunderstorm sound effects in the background for maximum comfy. I should probably start using the Commodore 64 playlist that you use. I listen to that all the freaking time. Like, I just always have it on in the car when I'm going to work and stuff. I need some paneling for this bit. Oh, I know. Let's do a something like this. The grill. Deploy the cow catcher. There you go. How's that for detail? Ha ha ha. These weapons could be a bit more round. It's royalty free, is it? How do you know that? I'll use them a lot more if I can. Yes, let's say it can spew fire, that this bit can tilt down, and there'd be things like that happening. So there's like a whole crew back here underneath doing stuff. But the bears, they're in charge. They rain the havoc down upon the masses. Hang on. I think roommates might be parked in. What's going down? It's at the station. Okay, just take my car. Let me just check. Make sure both keys aren't accidentally in here, so they're not trapped. Yes, I do want to come to the drive, but I'm still driving. I think I suddenly have to go, so I'm going to end it abruptly there. But that's as far as I got in sketching the Three Bears mech. Alright, thank you for the suggestion. I'm going to go now. Thank you for coming, everyone. I'll catch up with you later. And hopefully you'll see the finished version of this animation in less than a week, I reckon. Thanks again. Good night. Take care.